Hey, listen, I know the last time she was on this program, after we were done, we talked off the air about my kids, which she initiated the conversation. And then even the last time we were on TV together, she asked on the air about how practice was going with coaching my children. So, I mean, we know that she's all about family, and that is just one of her top attributes, no doubt. All right, Kristan, before we let you go, and we're so happy you could join us here today, let's hear some of the most fun or funny memories, funny stories about little Sarah Palin and little Kristan.
She tells the story often about when we went to vacation Bible school together up in Big Lake, and she said that every leadership lesson she ever learned was from when we went to vacation Bible school together, and I made her learn some lessons, and it cracks me up because she was always the younger one, and so I felt like I was the leader and that I got to lead her. And today she makes fun of those sort of things, or not fun, but we make light of them. But, even when we were in high school and we went to different government events, she and I were very involved in our school. She was from Westella High. I was from Palmer High. And I would just say throughout, whether it was when we were little kids or when we were in high school together or afterwards when we were adults raising families and working on our careers, whether it's public life or private life, her and I very rarely stray very far from just conversations about our kids. And I remember one time Todd asked me if I would come to Arizona, and she was speaking to the National Rifle Association, and he said she just needs a weekend with one of her friends and just to talk about kids and to not have to be on stage. And I think that anyone that's known her for a long time that has her trust, I think that's something she really appreciates, is being able to just be herself.
Well, that's awesome, Kristan. We appreciate your insight that only really you have, and a long time to know someone. And as we all know, those of us who do have great friends all the way back from, before you were even 10 years old, they are the best friends. And
absolutely.
Your story's great, and you, of course, a successful business woman in realty in Alaska, and we appreciate that. And most of all, congratulations on your marriage.
Well, thank you so much, and thank you for having me on your program, and anything I can do to support you, support the governor and her family, I'm happy to do it.
Well, best of luck to you, Kristan, and your family, of course, and we will talk to you again, I hope.
Okay, thanks so much, Kevin.
For more on Kristan Cole, visit KristanCole.com. The Trump train rolls on, and now Super Tuesday is upon us. And right now we head to the Lone Star State. Dina Miller, Mama Grizzly Radio contributor, back with us. All things Trump, the Trump train rolling in the Lone Star State. You hosted a party, and it was shown on CNN as you watched the debate that Donald Trump did very well in. And now Texas in play on Super Tuesday for Donald Trump, seemingly. How are things in Texas, Dina?
I think we're pretty excited about Donald. He had a great rally the next day. I wish I'd been able to get over there. I had a prior commitment, but Gina O'Brien, who's with the campaign here in the Women's Coalition, her daughter sang the national anthem, and she got to meet him, and she was just so thrilled and just had all kinds of wonderful things to say about him. He's always, everyone I know that's met him has talked about how kind he is and attentive and just a wonderful, wonderful man, a gentleman.
Now, how about last week's debate? I thought he did well. He was being attacked from both sides by Senator Cruz and Senator Rubio.
That was crazy.
You held a debate watch party, and you were covered by CNN. How did that go for the Women for Trump?
We did. We were excited to have Randy Kay with us, and we were prepared for anything they would throw at us. I think it was a fair interviews with all the ladies all the way around. The room was, of course, just full of Trump supporters, and the girls had some great answers to every question that they were able to throw. And it was exciting. It was exciting to be heard because, we're here and we're boots on the ground. We're out doing the block walking, the phone banking, and just trying to get the word out. And to be able to have that opportunity to be on national TV was wonderful, to be able to reach so many more people than we can, with these phone calls all day long and walking the block. So that was a wonderful opportunity. We're really grateful to CNN and the Anderson Cooper Show for giving us that opportunity.
I was able to check out the piece. We are posting it on the Mama Grizzly Radio Facebook page if people want to check it out, or through our Twitter account. And I will say, you ladies were very much prepared because you didn't have to read an answer like a teleprompter deal like Obama or Rubio. I mean, you knew what to say because you're speaking from the heart. I know Kay at one point asked, okay, you like Donald Trump because of his outspokenness, but will that make him a good president? Apples and oranges. But your friend there came up big and talked about exactly why, yes, he will be a wonderful president, possibly one of the best, and one that we need now. People come after Mr. Trump for his outspokenness, but don't we want a fighter, especially after what we saw from the Mitt Romneys of the world?
Exactly, and that's the thing. We have, and you'll see, I said, what I love is that he's saying all the things that all of us average Americans think, but we live in this politically correct world, and everyone's too afraid to hurt somebody's feelings, We got to toughen up. When did our country become such a, soft, just bunch of full of wusses? I love how strong he is and tough he is, and people get upset about some of the things he says, but come on. You thought it. Didn't you think half the stuff that flies out of his mouth? You have to laugh. You have to laugh. We were laughing. We were laughing so much. It was such a fun time and just laughing because we're just like my one friend said. She said, he will say something, and I just go, oh, my gosh, I just said that. I just said that to my friend sitting next to me, and he just said it. He's saying what we all have been wanting to say. He's speaking for all of us, and it's so refreshing, and it's so wonderful, and we feel like we have hope.
Well, it's so encouraging that people in the Lone Star State are feeling that way. A guy like myself grew up 15 minutes from Manhattan. I get the whole Trump thing. I see some Americans, I don't know if it's a faux outrage or if they really mean it, but they seem to not understand when he's being tongue-in-cheek or kidding around, and they're appalled by everything, yet they can, when someone else does it, it's just fine. What I found really interesting at the end of your CNN piece, they asked how many people are more for Trump after watching his debate appearance, and I think every hand in that room went up.
Oh, and it's every single time you see him. But today, I was watching his rally, and he was even better today than he was in Houston. I was so impressed. Impressed with Arkansas.
Well, he's been so gracious, too. I mean, he's been mentioning Governor Palin again and again, thanking her for the support. A guy not afraid to share the stage with a personality like Sarah Palin, and we certainly haven't seen that from some of these Republicans over the past 8 years or so, so that also refreshing. Now, Dina, let's talk about Texas. I mean, here you got Ted Cruz. A lot of people thought, okay, well, Texas belongs to Cruz. Let's look at other states. And now, if the polls are any indication, and other than Iowa when the hocus pocus went on, most of these polls have been at least pretty close. Donald Trump.
He's going to win them all. I really do.
He's right there. So, I mean, he's going for Texas. That's got to make you really excited because, a few months ago, people kind of thought, well, that one's for Cruz.
Well, it's really huge because I was reading that polls were saying that he's more than likely to win every state from here on out except for Texas. And I am such a huge Trump fan, and so are all my friends, and we're from Texas, and we're like, no, hell no. Let's get on the phone. Let's get out there and walk. We got to talk to people. We cannot let this happen. So, I mean, for me, that would be a huge embarrassment. Texas is a Trump state. We believe in Trump, and he's got it. I think he's got it.
Look at all of the things that have been done to him so far and thrown at him, but I think really the best example was this last debate. I mean, you had Rubio and Cruz teaming together, going after him from both sides. You had these paid people in the audience again, screaming for Rubio like they were at an Elvis concert. And Trump, cool as could be, you could tell he's thinking of his answers and then conveying them to the American people, not doing the talking points like Rubio, not mentioning the moderator's name every time like Kasich. I mean, not falling asleep or saying I'm not allowed to play like Carson. Whatever the heck is going on from these other guys, Trump is out there. Dina, I think you said it best. He's saying exactly what you said 2 seconds ago.
Yes, exactly. It was on your mind. You were afraid to say it. You don't want to hurt anyone's feelings. You don't want anyone looking at you cross-eyed. You thought it, but you didn't say it. And Mr. Trump said it. And we love that. And he's making us all, now we can say it because he said it. It's okay. And so we're all becoming freer with our speech in this country that is supposed to be free speech anyway. And we've all been just sucking up whatever we think because we're so afraid to speak freely. And he is making us feel like we have our freedoms back.
Absolutely. Well, your group is definitely a big part of it. We appreciate all you're doing in the great state of Texas. And, wow, that would be something else if he could pull that state out. I mean, I don't know how they're going to try to spin that one, the Karl Roves of the world and everyone else if they don't win Texas.
Well, isn't it crazy? Have you heard the latest one going around that they've gotten together and decided that if he should win – then they want to have, if Rubio can't win Florida, they want Rubio to drop out and they want to get Mitt Romney back in. Did you hear that one going around the internet?
Listen, they'll do anything at this point. I guess that's the Joe Biden that they talk about on the Democrat side. Well, we're very scared of Mitt Romney, right, who couldn't do anything against Barack Obama. Hey, look, we have not only the Phyllis Schlafly's and Sarah Palin's, but now Chris Christie on board, and, of course, Dennis Rodman on board, most importantly.
Well, one by one, he's getting in more and more endorsements every day from all walks of life. And that's the beauty of it. Like you said, from a governor that was a contender in this presidential race to, Dennis Rodman. He's, a little cray-cray and stuff. Hey, there's a lot of different kinds of people in the world, come on. It's for everybody. It's awesome. I love it.